Hey everybody, welcome back to The Gardening Artist. Reba here. So the other day, you guys, I was just watching videos and what have you, and I stumbled upon the fact that you can actually eat hostas. What? Crazy. So I had to come back and make this video, and I had to go to the store to see if I could find any hostas. Now, this time of year is probably not the greatest time of the year because we're in the middle of, or the beginning of July, and I almost said the middle of July. I'm getting ahead of myself here, but it's like, the beginning of July, and well, if you go to the box stores or whatever, right now is not the best time to be buying the the roots, because all of those were dried up at Walmart, and so you don't want to buy those. You want to look for plants this time of the year that are in pots, getting close to being clearanced or what have you, because those are going to be the more healthy looking plants that you could find. Like I said, the ones that are in the little boxes that they always put towards the doors in the store, generally those ones this time of year, those ones are all dried out. So don't go to those ones. Those are probably dead. But I did find a couple hostas at the box store the other day when I was there, and these are them. One of them is actually flowering here. And I've got two different types here. It doesn't matter what they really look like. This one's got some edges that are light green and the centers are dark. This other one has centers that are light and the edges are dark. I really don't think it really matters, honestly. If the leaves are all solid green or if they're variegated like these two different ones here, that doesn't matter. A hosta is a hosta is a hosta. So, basically what happens with the hostas is in the early spring or late winter, they will actually shoot up these spears out of the ground. And we actually have some near my corporate job where I work. And I remember asking my coworkers when we would go outside for breaks, especially when they were still smoking, we all would have to go outside because we couldn't stay inside when when the managers were outside. So we would all have to go outside while they had their cigarette break. Anyways, so I would see these spears and I would say, hey, what are those plants coming up out of the ground? Now I know what they are because I just saw pictures of them online when I was doing some research about hostas, and they were primarily eaten in Japan. And I'm wanting to say, I'm not going to say it wrong, Yuri maybe, or something like that is what they call it over there. I'm probably butchering it. I'm probably saying it incorrectly, like most things. But it looks like a spear coming up out of the ground, like a lance, and like the tip of a spear. And so they look really cool, and a lot of times they're pretty thick. Well, funnily enough, is you can actually harvest that spear that's coming up out of the ground when it's like, about anywhere from 5 to 8 inches probably in length. Probably that way you get more of it that way. That's what it looks like when these leaves are coming up out of the ground. And you can harvest those, that and the young shoots, the young greenery. Basically the entire plant is edible from the root to the leaves. And it is actually in the asparagus family. So you can cook it a lot like you do asparagus. I haven't looked up any recipes yet on how to use these, but primarily hostas here in the US are used in landscaping, and people have them outside of their house. So if you're looking for food security measures and you are living in an HOA, for example, you could grow a ton of hostas in your front lawn area, most likely. Well, maybe not in the lawn section, but in designated perimeter areas of your lawn. And especially if you know that your neighbors aren't using, like, say, bad pesticides or anything like that, to make sure you just keep an eye on that. So they do spread, and you can break them up as the clumps get bigger, because you want to make sure you keep them broken up and don't keep them too thick upon themselves. So right in this pot here, you can see that there are several plants down in here, and each one of the spots where you see the leaves coming up, there's at least 3 down there. You can actually break them apart and then plant them out, and then eventually they will, you know, grow little side shoots off of them, and then you just can keep breaking them up, and then you'll have more and more and more. And I just really like that they had a couple different varieties of this leaf variation at the store when I found them. And this has a pretty light purple blossom, so it's really, really pretty. And this is one that hasn't opened yet. Kind of looks like an artichoke in a way. And so anyways, I thought it was really kind of a neat thing to learn about. So I was telling my husband, I'm like, I was today years old. I was yesterday day olds. And I said, by the time I make the video, I won't be able to use that sayings. Words in English. First language. What? Anyways. I'm just a huge dork. Anyways, you guys, I thought it was really cool that you could actually eat this plant. And I like knowing that I can actually plant this in the ground, and whenever it is that we end up moving, I can actually dig up a part of it and take it with me. So I'm actually going to be planting these in the ground here where we're living now, leave them behind for future tenants who could be living here, and possibly if somebody knows what they have growing, and if they know that it's an edible food, then they will also have a food source if need be, ever. Of course, you would probably only get to eat it, say, when the shoots are either first coming up and or throughout the season, because I'm pretty sure you could probably eat these still right now, the leaves, the way they are. But I'm going to be looking up recipes and that sort of thing. So if you guys happen to know anything about hostas, if you have any recipes about how to use hostas from your own culture, or if you've known somebody who's made anything with hostas in the past from other cultures, and you've tried it and you've, you know, made any of them, let me know in the comments below. So share your recipes with me if you have any on how to use hostas. What's your favorite way to use a hosta in cooking and consuming and eating these beautiful edible plants? Anyways, you guys, thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, click that bell button. As always, love what you grow what you love, and God bless. Bye.